Help, I was recently with a buyer and they said, if we're interested, we'll call you. What does that mean? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about your sales presentation. Now, here's the thing. If you are sitting with a buyer and they come back to you and said, hey, if we're interested, we're going to give you a call, and this is the end of your sales presentation, you have done something wrong. There's something missing. There's a challenge. There's an issue. You have problems. Your job as a salesperson is to persuade the person that you're meeting with and explain to them why you're the best option. And if you got this at the end, I'm going to give you a couple of things that I've seen and reasons why you probably heard this, okay? The first one is you just went through the sales presentation and mailed it in. You are hoping that if you just did like a one-off presentation with the person and built some rapport, that they would magically make the purchase. They're like, yeah, let's go ahead and buy it. Let's go ahead and make that purchase. The second thing could be that you really didn't ask the tough questions. You didn't figure out what their pain or their problem was. And you were just like, well, this is the system or the idea or the product or the service or whatever it is that I would pick. So people sell how they buy, people buy how they sell. They're like, that's the one that I would do. Or, here's the thing. If you ever go to sell to a friend or an associate or a family member, it could be that you just assume the sale too much in the way that you did not do anything in the presentation. You didn't do all the steps. You left things out. So the buyer's like, yeah, I'm not really convinced. So just remember, as a salesperson, it's your job to persuade the buyer, to get them to see things the way that you see them. And you know, anybody can discount, anybody can price match. I see this so much when I run with salespeople. The buyer gives their objection, I want to think about it, and the salesperson automatically goes, let's go into price matching mode, let's go into discounting mode, right? They don't even qualify that that's what the problem is, and so later on they get an objection. Yeah, we're going to call you if we're interested. If somebody's saying that, there should be red flashing lights. Warning, they are not interested. You did not do your job at some point. So if you've recently gotten this objection, just leave a comment in the box, you know. Let me know, did you skip out on your presentation? Did you not ask the tough questions? Did you not ask for the sale? Did you take the buyer for granted and just hope that they were going to make a purchase from you? Put it in the box, because you know what? I'm going to raise my hand. I'm going to say, you know, early on in my sales career, I made all these mistakes. It's not just me coming up out here and saying, hey, look at all the things you did wrong. Any mistake that I talk about, more than likely, I've made myself. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's what you do. If you are sitting with a buyer, you're talking to a buyer, you need to find out what they want and what they need, and that's only going to come from asking questions. And then after you ask some questions, then you give a presentation and let the person know what you can do. Like, prescription without diagnosis is malpractice. And so, like, you got to know that. Prescription without diagnosis is malpractice. And I see this happen so often in the world of sales, okay? So you got one thing to do from here, just one thing. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you will get an update. Just remember, I send out a lot of videos, so you're going to get a lot of updates, okay? But if you're sitting here thinking at the end of a call, hey, or you hear this from a buyer, we're going to give you a call if we're interested, they're not interested. They're not. You did something wrong. And you got to figure out what that something is, or you're not going to make any money, all right? We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.